Hi everyone, welcome back to Biomates. In this video, we are going to see about input and data types of Python. Let's start with the input function. In general, most of the programs requires an input. To accept the input from the user, the Python provides a function called input. There is an optional parameter for input called prompt string. Let's see the syntax of the input. As we have discussed already in the previous video, the support for Python 2 was already stopped by the community. In this tutorial, we'll be dealing with the Python 3 version. If you have any doubt in Python 2 version, you can ask in the comment section. Let's see an example. Type the below code and save it in the Python file. Here we are accepting two inputs from the user. As you see here in the second line, we are using a plus symbol, which is a concatenating operator which is used for appending the strings. We can see it in detail in the upcoming videos. So let's execute the code. The Python has given the prompt message. It is asking for the input. I have given my name and pressed enter. Second, it is asking for the version. I have given 3.8 and pressed enter. So here the Python, after giving the prompt message, it will wait until we give it the input and press enter. Next we can move to data types. As you see here, these are the major data types used in Python. In Python, we no need to specify the data type explicitly to a variable. Based on the value we provide to a variable, Python will automatically recognize it. Numeric data type. It includes three major subtypes: int, float, and complex. Int represents numbers like 0, positive, and negative whole numbers without any fractional part. Float represents just positive and negative real numbers with the fractional part. Complex numbers represent a real and an imaginary components. So let's see some codes in the Python interpreter. For that, open the command prompt and type Python. It will directly take you to the Python interpreter. Let's assign an integer value to a variable a. As we discussed earlier, Python will automatically identify the type of the variable based on the value. To get the type of any variable, we can use a function called type. Passing the variable name to the function, we can get the type. In a similar way, we can assign a float value to the variable b. So here, the type is a float. So we can convert a float value to an integer value using a function int. As you see here, the value of b is a float. We are converting it to an integer, and the type will automatically change to an integer. So here 2 is an integer value. In a similar way, we can convert an integer value to a float value using float function. Now let's see the complex type. Here we are going to use two numbers 3 plus 5j, where 3 is a real component and 5j is an imaginary component. In Python, there is a complex function. Passing two numbers, we can get the complex value. Here we are passing two numbers 4 and 5. So the complex number will be 4 plus 5j, where 4 is the real part and 5 is the imaginary part. The next data type is string. In Python, strings are usually quoted with either single or double quotations. In Python, we can convert any values to a string using str function. Python strings are arrays of bytes representing characters in this string. There is no character data type in Python, but any string with a length of 1 is a character here. Let's see some examples. Here we are assigning a string to a variable. So here the type is str. As discussed earlier, strings can be denoted by either the single or double quotes. To get the length of a string, there is a function called len. Passing a variable to a len function will determine the length of the string. Here the string is ABC, so the length will be 3. Using a particular index, we can get a single value from a string. Index always starts from 0 to length minus 1. For example, here the length is 3, so the index will be from 0 to 2. So here a of 0 gives the value of a, which is the first value in the string. Similarly, a of 1 is b and a of 2 is c. The next data type is Boolean. Boolean values are the two constant objects true and false. Bool of function is used to convert any values to a Boolean. In a numerical way also we can represent the Boolean values like 0 for false and 1 for true. Let's see some examples. First, I am assigning true to a variable a and false to a variable b. For both the type will be bool. Now I am assigning a string variable to another variable, and bool of that variable gives me true. And I am assigning an empty string to another variable, and bool of that function, that empty string, will be a false. As you see here, we can check the variable is empty or not using the bool function. The next data type is none. It is an object of its own data type called none type, which is similar to null. It is used to define a null value to a variable. This is case sensitive, and none is not the same as 0, false, or an empty string. So now let's assign none to a variable. So here the data type will be a none type. As none data type is case sensitive, we should be careful about it. So far we have seen about numeric, string, boolean and none, and the remaining data types list, dictionary, set and tuple we can see in the upcoming videos. Try this exercise program. The code will be provided in the next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe our channel Biomates and stay tuned.